if you live in Wyoming, Montana, Nebraska, Minnesota today, you got a slight risk of severe weather. Alright, we can see this is our day 1 severe weather risk for today. We got a slight risk in Montana, Wyoming, South Dakota, Nebraska, and Minnesota. We got a margin risk in Nebraska, Kansas, Iowa, Colorado we can see, North Dakota we can see, and Minnesota and Wisconsin too on here, guys, we can see. Alright, so let's move on to our tornado risk for today. We can see this is our day 1 tornado risk. We can see we have 2% tornado risk for Montana, Wyoming, South Dakota, Nebraska, Kansas, and Iowa, and Missouri we can see. Alright, everyone, so we can see out here we got 15% wind risk for Montana, Wyoming, South Dakota, Minnesota. Then we can see 5% wind risk on Nebraska, Kansas, Iowa, Minnesota, and Wyoming too. Alright, there's our hail risk, everyone, for today. We can see we got a 15% hail risk potential for large hail in parts of Montana, Wyoming, Nebraska. Looks like in South Dakota, and we got 15% hail risk for Minnesota. We got 5% hail risk for Colorado, Kansas, Nebraska, Iowa, and Minnesota, and Wisconsin. We can see also. Then we got our day 2 severe weather risk for Iowa. We can see out here we got a slight risk in Nebraska, Iowa, Wisconsin, and Kansas and Missouri. Then we got margin risk in Nebraska, Minnesota, Michigan, leaving a little Ohio. We can maybe see also on here too, Illinois, Indiana, Kansas, Missouri too. We can see on here also, guys, for tomorrow. Then let's look at our tornado risk for tomorrow. We can see we got a 2% tornado risk. We can see for Nebraska. We can see on here also. Then let's look at our wind risk for tomorrow. Alright, this is our wind risk for tomorrow. We can see it looks like we got a significant wind risk in part of Nebraska and Kansas, potential for damaging winds more. We can see in that area. Then we got 15% wind risk for Iowa and Wisconsin, a little of in Minnesota. Then we got a 5% wind risk for Illinois, Indiana, Kansas, Missouri, Nebraska. We can see also on here. Then we gotta have our hail risk for tomorrow. We can see we get a 15% hail risk for tomorrow for Nebraska, Iowa. We can see in Minnesota, Wisconsin. We can see we have the blacked out lines. That means we're gonna have damage, large hail potentially. We can see in these areas. We can see in Nebraska, Iowa, and Kansas. And we got 5% hail risk for part of Ohio, Michigan, Illinois, Indiana, Wisconsin, Minnesota, South Dakota, Nebraska, and Kansas, and Missouri. We can see also. Alright, we got our day 3 severe weather risk we can see here. So we can see on here we got slight risk of severe weather in Ohio, PA, New York. We can see a margin risk in Indiana, Michigan, Ohio, PA, New York, and some of the New England states and Maine. We can see on here also for Saturday. We can see. And we get our 15% severe risk for Ohio. You can see potentially PA, New York, 5% severe risk for Indiana, Michigan, PA, and some of the New England states and Maine. We can see also for Saturday. Alright, we got our radar projections for today. We can see this is around 2 p.m. But it says 3 p.m. because that's in Eastern Standard Time Zone. But this is 2 p.m. actually. We can see storms in Nebraska, Kansas, rain in South Dakota, North Dakota, rain in Iowa, maybe rain in Wisconsin, maybe some pop-up storms in Texas we can see also on here. Then 3 p.m. we can see we're also having storms more in Oklahoma, Nebraska, Texas. We can see in some spots Iowa, North Dakota, Montana. We can see also on here too. And, storms in Wisconsin too. We can see maybe. At 4 p.m. we can see we had storms in Nebraska, Kansas, Oklahoma, Iowa, North Dakota. We can see Wisconsin too. In parts of Montana too also. Then 5 p.m. we can see we have storms in Nebraska, Iowa, Kansas, South Dakota, North Dakota, even Minnesota, Wisconsin. We can see Texas also, maybe New Mexico in some spots too. Then 6 p.m. comes along, we can have storms in Kansas, Nebraska, South Dakota, Montana, North Dakota, Minnesota, Wisconsin, Missouri, Arkansas, Texas. We can see Louisiana too, New Mexico. See on here, Montana, North and South Dakota. 7 p.m. we got storms in Iowa, Missouri. We get storms in South Dakota, Minnesota too. Rain in maybe parts of Wisconsin potentially. maybe some storms in Nebraska, maybe some storms in Montana, Wyoming, North and South Dakota, and Colorado, and some storms in Texas too. And we can see 9 p.m. we can have storms potentially in Nebraska, Iowa, Minnesota, South Dakota. We can see Wyoming and maybe some spots, Kansas, Texas. We can see also on here, and maybe some scattered rain in Wisconsin. And we can see around 11 p.m. we got some stronger storms in Iowa. We can see some storms in Minnesota, South Dakota, Wyoming, Montana, rain in Wisconsin. You can see storms maybe in parts of Texas. We can see also on here too. Then we can see midnight. We can have a storm in Iowa, a storm in South Dakota. We can see rain in Minnesota, rain in Wisconsin. Maybe some storms also. Storms in Iowa too. Storms in Minnesota too. Storms in South Dakota and maybe Wyoming too. Then we can see 1 a.m. Around 1 a.m. we can have still some storms in Iowa, Missouri, South Dakota, Minnesota too. Maybe some storms in Wisconsin too. Rain in Wisconsin too. And 2 in the morning we can still have some storms in Iowa, Missouri potentially too. South Dakota, rain in Minnesota, rain in Wisconsin. We can see also maybe. Then we can see by 4 in the morning, 5 in the morning, it's mostly gone. But it looks like we could have some storms in the morning potentially too. We can see in Nebraska and South Dakota, but we gotta see what happens. So with that. Alright everyone, so now we're going to Friday evening, but this can change a bit, but this is what it potentially could look like. So this is Friday around 6 p.m. We got storms in Kansas, Nebraska. We have a potential storm in South Dakota trying to form, we can see. Maybe some storms in Texas, Louisiana potentially, Mississippi. Storms maybe in New Mexico, Colorado we can see also. We can see on here also, guys. Then we can see 7 p.m. we have storms start forming in Nebraska, Iowa. Some rain in Michigan, maybe some potential storms over there we can see in Michigan, in Indiana. Maybe some storms in North and South Dakota we can see. Kansas we can see. Then we can see 8 p.m. Get storms in Nebraska, Iowa, Oklahoma we can see, Texas, New Mexico we can see also on here. Then 9 p.m. comes along, we can see we got a heavy thunderstorm here in Nebraska, Iowa, rain in maybe some potential rain in Minnesota. Then we got some storms down in New Mexico. We can see maybe a storm down in Indiana. We can see Michigan. And we can see 10 p.m. It looks like we got a storm line trying to form in Iowa. It looks like Nebraska. Then we got 1 o'clock in the morning. We can see here we have some storms in Iowa, some storms scattered in Illinois, Indiana, some storms trying to form in Kansas, Missouri, Nebraska. We can see also on here too, guys, for midnight. We can see. Then by 1 o'clock in the morning, our storms start really trying to. Looks like the energy and storm things start going down. We can see in Iowa, Illinois, Kansas, Nebraska. We can see Indiana, rain, some maybe scattered rain in Michigan, some spots. Then by 2 in the morning, we can still have some heavy thunderstorms in Iowa, but most of these storms are looks like they're going down. We can see they're not like that. It's not getting not as strong anymore. You can see also by 2 in the morning. Then by 3 in the morning, our storms are mostly not that strong anymore, but we can have a strong storm maybe in Illinois potentially, or eastern Illinois. We can see also, and maybe some pop-up showers in Michigan. We can maybe see also on here. Then by 4 in the morning, mostly all of our storms are gone. We can see in Illinois, Indiana, maybe some rain in Kansas. We can see also some rain in Texas. We can see Louisiana also. We can see on here. All right, everyone. So we're gonna talk about something else in this video. It's like it's gonna really about to turn into summer. I'm talking about. It's gonna be summer heat. We can see in a lot of places in the country. For today, we can see we got 90s in Oklahoma, 90s in Texas, 80s in Nebraska. We can see 80s in Ohio, 80s in Michigan around 5 p.m. today. 89 in Iowa. We can see also. We can see we're in the 80s in North Carolina, Virginia, PA, the New England states potentially. Then we can see over here in California, we can have California. We can see maybe 110 some places, 105, 106, 104. We can see around 3 o'clock in the afternoon today, 2 o'clock in the afternoon there. You can see so. Then this is just evening. Then tomorrow morning, we can see it around 10 and 9 o'clock in the morning. We can see 70s in Kansas, 77 in Oklahoma, 77 in Texas, 74 in Illinois, Indiana, Ohio. We can see also on here too, guys. Then we can see already at 10 in the morning, we're in the 80s in PA, 80s in New Jersey, 80s in Virginia, 80s in North Carolina, 70s in South Carolina, and 80s in Florida. We can see also on here. Then we can see we got already, like, we can see like look how warm it's supposed to get in California for tomorrow. We have 109 some places in California, 108, 105 Vegas. We're gonna be 105. You can see. Then we can see around Kansas around the afternoon hours. We're in the 90s. Oklahoma, we're in the 90s. 80s in Missouri, 80s in Arkansas, 80s in Ohio, 80s in Illinois. We can see on here, even 90s in Virginia, North Carolina, PA. We can see New Jersey also. Then let's look at our dew points also. Then we can see our dew points tomorrow. It's going to be really humid in some of these spots, like Kansas 73, dew point 72, 70, 71, and the dew points could be 74. Dew point in Louisiana 77. The dew points could be up to in Texas potentially. Alright, so then we could go to Saturday's temperatures now. Let's look at that and dew points. Alright, Saturday morning we're in the 60s, and we can see we're going to be really hot in North Carolina. We can see 96, 95 in Virginia. Maryland, we're in the mid-90s, 90s, and Massachusetts we can maybe see also on here. Then we can see 95 in North Dakota, South Dakota, South Dakota, guys. Wyoming, we're in the 90s. Montana, we're in the 90s. Colorado, we're in the 90s. Kansas, we're in the 80s too. Illinois, parts of Illinois, we're in the 90s too. We can see Indiana, we're in the 80s too. Also, we can see on here. Then we can see for Saturday, we're really warm too. Alright, so this is what Saturday's dew points look like. We can see, look how humid it's supposed to be, guys. Like, we can see dew points in the 70s in a lot of places like Oklahoma, Texas, Arkansas, Mississippi, Indiana 70s, Illinois in the 70s, Wisconsin in the 60s. The dew points can be. Michigan, we can have dew points in the 60s too. Nebraska, we can have dew points in the 70s too. Look like an overall humid weekend, we gotta say here. But by Sunday, our dew points are really high. We can see in a lot of places like Illinois, dew points in the 77. Area in Louisiana, Illinois, dew points in the 70s. Indiana, dew points in the 60s. Ohio, we got dew points in the 60s. Nebraska, we got dew points in the 60s too. Dew points in the 60s in Kansas, 70s. We got dew points in Oklahoma. Dew points in the 60s. Dew points in the 60s in North Dakota. Dew points in the 60s in Minnesota too. Also on here. And this is what our temperatures could look like for Saturday too, real quick. We have 90s almost in South Dakota. Ohio, we're in the 80s. We can see also on here. In North Carolina, we're in the 90s. In Florida, in the Georgia, South Carolina, we're in the 90s. In Virginia too. We can see also on here too, guys. So, I hope you learned something new in this video today. Thank you for watching. Make sure to subscribe and the notification bell. You never miss a video like this, guys. Okay, guys. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.